Alright, sorry for the interruption. So, where was I? Uh, how is Sachi and how is all those things? So, basically, is that ki Sachi is really good. The place is really amazing. While exploring things, it was really great. I shot a really very cinematic shot. I shoot with my mobile phone. Okay. I have a gimbal. I also take my gimbal with me, but I didn't really use a gimbal. Why? Because of that ki if you are using a gimbal, then it is bit really suspicious for the another people that what is this guy is doing. Okay, like if you are put the gimbal outside, then people look at you and then they may be question to you like whatever you are doing. And when you say like you are taking some of the video for the YouTube, then this is that ki you cannot do that, we are not allow, we are not have permission, or you cannot get any permission to shoot all those things. So I get experience. Okay, actually when I went to the Sevagram for shoot, I shoot with my mobile phone but with the gimbal as also. So while shooting, they just quickly notice me and they says that ki you cannot shoot here and it's not really good, and I cannot complete my shoot at the Sevagram. Okay, and that is really not so good. While shooting, I realized that ki gimbal is really essential. Okay, it gives you really smooth footages, but using a gimbal at some sort of private property, it's kind of like a bit really risky for your footages, for your career. Like mostly your career is depend on footages, na? Okay, so if you didn't have footages, then you will not have anything to edit. So how should you upload video on YouTube? So it's really important to have footages. Okay, maybe it will be little bit of shaky, but yeah, having footages is kind of like a really good that not having footages. And as also there is another thing that ki when do you need a gimbal? Okay, basically there are kind of like a very unique shot that required a gimbal. Like if you are pushing means you are move your camera to the forward. At that time you do need a gimbal, because of that ki when you are doing with the handheld, it's kind of like a bit really shaky. Okay, you need to be like, if you try to push in, then you have to be practice for that preciseness, but still you will get little bit of shakiness. But mostly my video is representing architecture, and for that purpose, yeah, you do need a push-in shot, but usually my main short list is that ki you need to tilt up, tilt down, pan and reveal. Okay, and focus rack. Those are my shot which is really important to me, and for that shot I don't need a gimbal. Okay, because of that this is kind of like a 2-3 second shot. Okay, and also one thing is that ki I shoot with 60 fps. Okay, so I can slow down in the post production. So if I shoot almost like a 3 or 4 second shot, so it will take almost like a 5 to 6 second, maybe 7 second shot. So it's really good having a slow motion. It gives you really very cinematic shot. In this Sachi, I try to make sure that whatever I shoot, I need to shoot very cinematically. Okay, but you don't need to push You don't need to be, you're just like I'm just moving my body from one axis, not shifting my axis from one place to another place. Like if I tilt up, just like tilt down, just pan, reveal, focus rack. So this is a very less movement happened when you are shooting at this short list. When you try to push in, it's kind of like a, and basically is that you have a cell phone. Okay, DSLR is kind of like something really different. Like in DSLR you have inbuilt in body stabilization that you can get really smooth footages, but you are using mobile phone. Okay, and the bad thing about the mobile phone, it's kind of like a rectangle. You have to hold by two hand, not one hand. Okay, if you are holding with one hand, then it is giving you very much shaky footages, and if you are using two hand, then it will give you shaky footages but little less than one hand, but you will get shaky footages. Why? Because of that ki both hand have alignment which is very different than, like if you are trying to move your hand exactly, this is really exact thing that you can see, but this is not exact. Why? Because it does not have any load. Okay, and it does not have any kind of like a something that ki should I just having a load. It's kind of like a something really different thing. So just try to be consider that bit heavy, but you have to be practice. So this is my mobile phone. Okay, and if I have to pan, so it gives you very smooth shot. If I have to pan, it gives you very smooth shot. If I have to tilt, it gives you very smooth shot, because having a load which is really great. Okay, this is very heavy actually. It's almost like a 1 kilogram, almost like a 900 grams. Okay, so it's a bit heavy, but camera phone is not that heavy. It's just very lighter, almost like a 250 or maybe 300 grams. Okay, so having a lighter system, which is kind of like a something that which is kind of like a something that it's very bit where you will get very shaky footages. Try to understand, when you have heavy thing in your hand will be very stable. When in your hand has a very light thing, then it is very less stable. So I try to use my mobile phone with my cover, so it gives you some sort of load. And as also I can sense that I watch like all those videos that I shoot from my mobile phone, and I can see that the footages is really good. Actually, it does not require any post-production stabilizer, but still I will use those things, because having those stabilizer, it will give you even more smoother footages. So my main question is that do you really need a gimbal for the shooting purpose? Actually, having a gimbal is kind of like a accessory. Okay, and you need to use that accessory at particular purpose. Okay, you should not use this accessory all the time. Okay, gimbal is an accessory. Okay, like when you are trekking, so at that time you do need a GoPro, because having a GoPro is really good, but you don't have a GoPro, so you have to shoot with the gimbal. Okay, and that's really good as also, because most of the time things happen really rough, and you don't have control of your mobile phone, of shakiness, all those things, then gimbal will take care of all those things. Okay, so at that time trekking required a gimbal, so yeah, at that time you need to use those gimbal. So another thing is that if you are shooting a person, okay, like a push in or something like that, so at that time you do need a gimbal. Okay, But when you are shooting architecture, then you must use a handheld. I'm just giving you some sort of category that you can understand properly that when do you use your gimbal or not. Having a gimbal is really good, but you don't have a permission to shoot, so at that time you need to rely on your hand, and that is all you can do and all you have to do. Another thing is that what I'm trying to say, another thing is that fuck me point भूल गया. So when you have a permission to shoot, okay, like if you went to the mountain or if you went to the some sort of places that people don't really judge or people don't really care about, then at that time you do need to use a gimbal. Because just try to understand, like when you enter some sort of boundary or some sort of territory, so you are in that territory or you are in that premises, so you have to follow the rule of those person who made that premises, who made those rules according to the filming things. So you have to be follow, okay. Because of that you don't have any kind of like a something that bigger production or bigger support. No, you don't have. You are doing this by yourself, and everything you are doing by alone. Like when you have a team, when you have a fund, then you can take a permission to shoot, and it's really good as also. But still, but I shoot really good. Yeah, I really like the footages, and it's really great. So yes, and I don't really regret about the not using any gimbal. Okay, I just regret about the one thing that I need to shoot hyperlapse, but I didn't really shoot. But same thing, yeah, gimbal or camera. Like if you are taking camera into that premises, then still will be so many things will happen. So it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna good. So yes. So yeah, this is it, nothing else. Past few days I didn't really make any kind of like a proper artifact episode. My last video is submitted at 17th or 19th. No 17, sorry, 15, 17, yeah. So my last project, Pune project, is submitted at 17th October, and I have to submit my another project, and another project is a Sevagram project, and I just have almost like a 4 days, like 2 days, 21, then 22, 23 and 24. So I have to submit the entire project in 4 days. So it's bitterly challenging thing for me, but yeah, I have to do this thing. And after that project I have to submit the Sanchi project, and then there is a 2 more video about the Nashik. So yes, so almost like a month, and after a month I have to go to the Mahabaleshwar, okay, and try to shoot everything that I can do, okay. As also you have to be more efficient for your work. Don't have to be lazy, don't have to be spend so much time with your friends and some sort of stupid work, okay. You do realize that fact that you are 28 and you don't have any money, and you are taking money from your father for your travel, and it's not really good, but I don't have a choice. So yes, and be aware of that, okay. So this is it, and nothing else to see. Everything is fine, is good. I don't know the number, but maybe This is artifact episode number 2387 or 89 maybe, I don't know, I just rename it. And yeah, also one thing I was constantly thinking about, should I use my face in my video or not, because of that having face is really good, but I am actually putting some sort of efforts to make this video even interesting, that people don't really leave. It's kind of like that subtitle is the only thing that people are engaging, so I need to be continue with this thing. It's but there is one advantage of when you are speaking live, that means the emotions are quickly shown or record on the camera, and sometimes some emotions are really good, sometimes I have to be happy, sometimes I have to be serious. While just putting just a voiceover, it just kind of like a bit empty. It's not empty, it feels really informative. So yeah, so till then everything is fine, is good. So this is the end. Thank you.